Shalom, shalom, Akim. Call Halayim La YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHWASHI BAHASHAM KAKUDASH. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone to teach me well. Peace and salutations be to it for the elect. But I'm coming at you from GMS Tampa branch down here in Tampa, Florida. Alright, this lesson is going to be getting into this post I just found on IG. So I got to read this to you because it's mind-boggling as hell, man. These people are wicked. And the thing this world allows is just wickedness, man. This says, and this is posted by the brother Jeremiah, servant of Yahawashi, on Instagram. Former adult film actress Jasmine Cashmere, who filmed over 100 scenes, has turned her life around. She has accepted the Lord, is now married, and serves as a pastor. Alright, now this is a system that the devil allows. We'll just get right into it, jump straight into the scripture, because it's literally word for word, bar for bar. This is the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Alright. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the earth is given over to the wicked. The wicked beareth rule. As the scripture says, when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Alright, so we got the wicked bearing rule. Okay. And the only people mourning are the righteous. Because these other wicked niggas love to be here. But very soon now, and even now already, they're about to be mourning too. Why? Because the wicked's enterprise is failing. As the scriptures say, he causes his enterprise to fail and the work of his hands to fail, so that he may not fulfill his enterprise, roughly paraphrasing. His economy's collapsing, which is making everything more expensive for the wicked inhabitants, man. Right? Now it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Esau, Edom. Who else could it possibly be? This is what he has allowed in his kingdom, because he abides and lives by the law of sin. Right? So this devil has allowed such things to happen, like a woman becoming a pastor. First of all, you know what the scriptures say. Let's grab it. In the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and 34, let your woman keep silent. So let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. Scripture says that's law. It says, and if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. Are they not ashamed to have her up there? How much more ashamed should they be that she's an adult film actress? Right? These people are probably going in there listening to her preach. She probably got a lot more audience now, a lot more people paying tithes now. Niggas in there trying to impress her with more tithe money. Y'all bring your tithes? They bringing in more and more every week. And when they go home, they watching her videos, right? Because I doubt that they took them down. Highly doubt that. And things up there forever. Once it's on the web, the World Wide Web, it's gonna be up there forever. All right. People are probably watching her. So lucky. People probably watching her before she came in there. Now that she's in there, she got more followers and subscribers to her videos. Okay? I know that's got to be factual. Alright? Because these niggas wicked. And especially in the so-called Christian church. And she up there preaching the Bible. Okay? She teaching you niggas to be dumb and deaf and blind to the wickedness and injustice that Esau, Edom is shedding upon you. All right? Because you you allow these things to happen because you're wicked yourselves. Right? So there's that. But then there's the daughters of Zion, man. You know daughters of Zion ain't supposed to be no harlots or prostitutes, man. Okay? Here it is, she had her prostituting herself, and now she's in a so-called church. If this was the true word of the Lord, that would not be allowed. You know? My ass would have been stopped at the door. Saying she changed her life around. Right? You changed her life around, she's married. And the nigga that married her, he has to bear the ultimate shame. She should have kept her ass at home. Alright? And watching the videos of the brothers of GMS, man. Okay? If she really trying to turn her life around. Learning the true word. Instead of going in there trying to make some more money. And that's what people really are, those so-called pastors, because she's considered a pastor, okay, the head of that church, okay. The head is never supposed to be a woman. That's confusion, and no wise. I was watching this video the other day. The dude said, "Man," okay, it was just the first word of the root word of manager. You know, it's man. Okay, so woman ain't supposed to be in a manager position or leadership roles. That's not a woman's position. All right. But these women ain't supposed to be leading in anything, man. All right, as the scriptures say here. As the scriptures say here in the book of, so like, bear with me. My phone's starting to overheat. It's hot as hell these days. It says here in the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 14, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. Right? So the woman was in the transgression. But she was deceived. That's why they're not supposed to lead. They're not supposed to be in leadership roles. Because a woman is capable of being deceived a lot easier. She is the weaker vessel after all. It says, we'll grab verse 11, start at verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. Right? So a woman shouldn't be trying to usurp authority or teaching or guiding or leading a man, period. It says, but to be in silence. Okay? The scripture says it's a shame for a woman to speak in a church. So it says, for Adam was first formed, then Eve. So there's an order to this thing. You see? And it was already given right here. It says, Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So there you have it, man. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety. Okay, she's going to be saved through childbearing. That child of a man of the Lord, a righteous man of the Lord. Okay? Not through just throwing that ass on live for $1,000. Not for being an adult film actress and then trying to be a pastor. She was off in both ways. She turned her life around, but she's still going the wrong way. And I'll never forget that this dude that was... he's a so-called businessman. He told me how he used to be a pastor. He said it was what do you say? He said something about all the money in being a pastor. There's money, or a lot of money in being a pastor, or managing money. It teaches you how to make more and more money, or something like that, man. Basically, he was just using those people. Okay, because he's no longer a pastor. He's no longer talking about the Lord. He no longer talking about how to be saved. None of that stuff. This nigga was talking about money, money, money. Okay, money was truly his God. And all of these false pastors that calls themselves pastors in the so-called Christian church are really just wolves in sheep's clothing. They looking for money. Their God is money. Okay? And that's what this woman is doing. Okay? I bet there's more men in that church now than women. Usually it's the woman in the churches. The man deceiving the woman. But now it's a woman in there. I bet the wives staying home and the men are going to church faithfully every Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday. Trying to get the extra credit in, staying after church, helping put the chairs away, rolling up their sleeves to put the chairs away and shit. They probably watching her videos while they in the church, while she's so-called preaching. You know? It slipped my mind what I was going to grab. Let's grab this. It says, book of John, chapter 2 and verse 16. Let's see what the NLT says. I like the AMP better. It says in AMP, John 2 and 16 says, Then to those who sold the doves, he said, take these things away. Stop making my Father's house a place of commerce. All right? Which is a place where you buy and sell. Okay? Or you trade. All right? And that's what they're doing in the so-called Christian church. Buying and selling. Every week they in there dropping that money in the pot. And what are they buying? They're buying lies. What's the pastor selling? Lies. Okay, that feel good. Okay, because these people have itching ears. They only want to hear what they want to hear. Who's going to scratch that? Who's going to get that itch out of their ear for them? Okay, these so-called pastors, which are false pastors. But that was it on that, man. With all of that, I truly hope this was edifying to you. I cannot watch you listening to sincerity. Next time I shall give all glory, honor, and praises unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAKAKADASH.